Hi friends, we'll learn about a connector. We will try to develop it for our SQLite database. Now this from the Tkinter window we'll able to browse and connect to that particular database and also create a new database, because SQLite is a file based database. So this is how we have to use the browse and connect, or our file browser, to connect it and to create a new also. So let's just see a demo first. So here is, I'm just trying to connect to a database. Now you can see I have a database, some database files are there. I'm just connecting to my DB3 because it's a blank file, so it is saying no table is found. If you would have noticed, now this query window is active. Earlier it was inactive or disabled. So now let me just go to a file, connect to a file where some tables are there. Now my DB, this particular database file has some tables. Now let me just open it. Here these three tables are displayed. Now query window is there. Now let's see what happens if I am just connecting to a database where there is it's not a database, it's a normal file only. Let me just see test1. See, this file is not a database, and you just watch this query window. Query window is disabled because I am not connected there. Now let me just connect once again. I'm in let's say I'll just go to my DB. Fine, all the table list is there. Now let's use the query window. So query window is here. I'll just write it, select star from category. I'm just listing all the records of this particular table. Here it is. So query window is closed, and this data within the table is displayed. Now this is how we can, but we'll learn this in part by part. Part 1 will first create connect to the database, then we will create a new database. Even new database is here. Let's just create a new database. Moment I click this, I will be presented with a file name. So here I am writing my DB4. Already I have DB up to DB3, so I am going for DB4. Save it. Now this DB4, I am connected to new DB4 now. This is a new database I have created. So like this, we learn in part by part how a query window, even we can inside the table, we can display the list of tables, select the table, empty the table, or delete the totally the table also. And in the query window, we can create the table also. We'll learn all about this in this project in different parts. First, we'll start with our connection and creating the new database. This is our main file we'll start with, and we'll understand the layout first. Okay, before that, you can just see here I am using SQLite, and I am just imported the error module also here, and Tkinter is here, then this is the line number 5. I am importing my connect. This is our own file. We'll study that. There inside we are creating all the file browsers and all, and connecting to our database and all. We have kept it separately for a easy maintenance, or any changes are required, so we kept it in a separate file. We'll study that also. And whatever connection I am receiving, that I am keeping a global variable, because frequently I will be using it inside different functions and modules. So let's just understand a bit about the layout. That's all up to this line only. From here again, it's our Tkinter, slightly higher size font. So higher size font I am using here. Now this is at the top, we have written this text SQL connector. This is a label only, so that's all. There is nothing more in that. And column span I have given 8 because it's complete from left to right I want, because inside below that small components will be there, and a row. Now here comes the browse and connect. This button we have placed, and on click this function will write it. The entire connection, new or old, everything lies inside this, and we will study and write that particular function. That's why we have not written, we'll write it here. So what happened, this particular button is browse and connect. This particular one, when you click it, it calls all the connection, it shows us the file dialog and all, and we will study about that. We placed it there. Then another one is this. This is nothing but it does only display the path what we have connected. So to display the path only, it has no other role. So this particular label I have L1 path I have written here. Now there is a button we have placed. We say it query window, because in next part 2 of this tutorial and all, we will discuss about how to create a query window, how to pass the query to the and display the records and all. So right now we will not, in this part we will not discuss, but this button will keep it. What you will do once you are successfully connected, then this query window will be enabled. What's this particular one? The state we have kept it is in disabled. Now this is, I am just writing it here, query button, okay, whatever you want. So this state I have given, you know, state can be normal, active, disabled, all this. So I have kept it disabled because we are so far not connected. The moment we connect it, you imagine inside this function, once you are connected it, then we will change the state. Suppose there is a error, again we will make it disabled, because we don't want, when there is a error, when you are not connected to a database, why this button should be enabled. Fine. So this is, we have placed it here. Now another one is new database. You may go for a new creation of a new database. So we have placed it here. This is nothing. It's just a file save as it creates, calls that one. But there is a difference here. What this, we are calling the same function which we will be going to write shortly, myConnectP, and only a parameter existing and new. We are two parameters we are using. If you are passing new, we are telling we are going for a file save database. Okay, file save means we are creating a new database. Existing means it has to connect, show us the tables. That's all. This is there, and this is the most important one in the sense it displays all our data. So this text area, and we'll say display details. So we placed it, that box whatever we have seen, that is one only is there. But in next tutorial or part 2 or part 3, we'll replace this with a tree view, because we want to select the table, then empty the table, drop the table, all those things will be there. So we'll replace this. For simplicity purpose, we are just using a text here, but subsequently with this will be replaced with a tree view. Now let's come, that's all about layout. Let's I'll just save this. Now let's use, was this line number 5, that we'll see. Here is our connection.py file. This, inside this we are import again alchemy and the error also. Then it's a file dialog. This is important because we are importing file dialog and askopenfilename and asksaveasfilename. Now when you are creating a new database, then this particular will be using. Below this, here it is there, and askopenfilename, this opens up the file browser. You can watch our videos also exclusively on these two aspects. So how to open a file, read the content, all this it is there. The same thing we are just imported and we will be using it. Now this is the file myConnect, and we are receiving type. Here is a parameter we are receiving. Let's go back to our main file. Here you can see that inside this here you can see inside our connection.py file we are importing myConnect. Now this myConnect is here. Now when this is available, we pass two things, whether it's a new or a existing database. So this type will holds that. Now this is again, connection is a global file type, whatever the file types. This is the part of our askopenfilename file dialog. So you can easily further study this. This is a text document or a CSV file also, because we are right now we are using a DB here. So SQL. So we will use the .db extension. Now first we are checking it, this thing you just see, this particular line, if it is existing, this type value whatever we receive, if it reads existing, then we are opening askopenfilename, because we know we have to connect to a existing file. Now otherwise else, asksaveasfilename, we know the next one is a new one only. So the user has clicked the new database, so it wants to create it, so this will be opened. These two, whatever it is, the file variable file holds the path. So now comes the try and except code block. So file 1, we are creating another variable SQLite. So this is just, this file will read the file D drive, E drive, whatever, wherever you have connected, that path will be here, and we are connecting it, create engine file 1. So this is what we are connecting, the create engine. Now what happens, this create engine again, because it's a SQLite, it's a SQL alchemy, so that's what the create engine. If you are using the other drivers and all, you can, there will be a different functions name, you can change it also. Now what happens here? Select name from SQLite master where type equal to table. So we want to display all the tables here. So we are executing this query. Fine. So then we are saying my output is okay. This we have kept it inside a try block. Suppose that particular file is not found or something went wrong, then this one will be executed and my output will, this is the string we are using. Now this my output can have the one thing, it can have value okay, or it will have the error message. Our purpose is what is the error we want to display it to the user. So we are storing that in our my output. So this particular my output, this is only for our displaying that. Suppose this is equal to okay, then we'll display it. If it is not okay, then we'll display the error message. And what's this last line? What we are returning? We are returning 3 here. Not 1. Usually in a function you can use multiple values to the calling script. So you are returning 3 here. My connection, my output, as we told, it can hold the value okay or the error message. File. What is file is just the path of the file. So it is not file 1. File 1 is again SQLite. The file is whatever we are getting at file dialog, whatever. This is the path, D, semicolon, all those. The path only will getting. So 3 variables we are returning to our calling script. So my connection, my output, if it is error or thing, and the path. Path is because we have to display it on the path. Now let's go to our main file. We are in our main file. So first the function my connect underscore p, and here we will receive the status. So where this function is called, here my connect p, it's existing, and here also once more it's when you are creating, and we are new or existing, we are passing. The status will hold that value whatever we are passing to it. First let's make it global, our my connection. Okay, no much use at this stage, but subsequently will be, here my connect. Fine. Now what we will do is, now let's collect the data from our whatever the connection. So for that, let me just give connect comma, because 3 variables I have to capture. My output, now file equal to, my output file equal to, now this value is my connect, and in the my connect I am writing status. What is this status is taken from here, whatever the function has received. Now what is my connect here? My connect is, you just see this line number 5, my connect we are importing, and my connect is here inside this entire this function. So inside our connection file. So that we are, because here you can see we are returning 3 values. Here you just see the last line. So the same 3 values we are capturing it here. My connection, my output, and file. Because these 3 are will be using now. So let's just write it here, connection details, so you can easily understand this. Now what I am doing is I am deleting whatever in the T1 is our text area where you are displaying it, that so that particular area 1.0 I am just deleting it, the entire text here, end. So end I have imported here at line number 4. You can see that I am deleting this one particularly. Now T1 dot update. Fine. Now my display area is clean. Now what I am doing is, if my 2 things I am doing, my connection is true and my output equal to there will be 2 equal to okay. Okay means, just see again, revising, just see here, my output is okay if it is within this try block. So if it is error, this will hold something else, so we don't bother. Let's see if is it okay or not. So let's come back here again. Okay, if it is okay, what happens then? Then let's first delete the output. my output equal to blank. We are inside, okay, but we are because otherwise this same value second time we may be using it. So first let's remove it. Now we are record set, or we call it crosser also, r set. What is the record set is, now in this case my connection execute. Now I am executing a query. Well, what I will write, select name from SQLite master. So this is where your tables references are stored, where type equal to table. This is nothing to do with our Python or anything. It is just to pick up what are the tables available in our what database we have selected. So there is no error. So if my output is okay and my connection is established, then pick up the tables here. So after this I got it. Now I am just giving a descriptive variable name so you can easily understand. My list of tables. You can use a small one. It's better so you can understand it better way. Record set. Now my r set fetch all. I am just creating a list actually. Why I am creating this list you will understand shortly. So fine, let's write a comment here so you can understand it easily. This is table list. Okay, so I have taken it out all. Now what happens is if len is the because list is a iterable, so all the length total number of elements available I can use by using len. So len function, it's just the length of the item. Anywhere you can use it, it's a Python function. So anywhere, any iterable object, how many are there, this gives the len, gives it. So now I am saying my list of tables len. So here I must say greater than 0. That means some table is there. Inside this, what I will do for I in my list of tables, for I in my list of table, inside that my output. This is the variable what we have set it to blank at the beginning. Somewhere here it is. So my output we have set it. Now we are adding some data to this, equal to my output plus str, because we have to convert it to a string I0. The first element holds that name. So I am converted it to a string plus I am giving a line break here because it will be displayed, otherwise it will displayed in one line. So this is the line break. So my output holds the list of the tables whatever I have. So that's all. Now let me just come out and write the else part. What I will write here, else means this number of tables are not, means it said blank, means without this database doesn't contain any table. So I have to give that message. So else my output equal to, I am just simple writing a string, no table found. Okay, you want to change the string, change it. So if condition, if number of table is more than 0, then I am displaying it, looping through and displaying. There is a, then I am, if it is not, I am giving a output. Fine. My now this variable my output will have two things. If it is tables are there, list of table, otherwise no table found. So what I will do, I will just display it. Before that, I am just configuring. T1 is my display. So as we had discussed at the end, we had declared it. Here it is. Display details. This is the text. So inside what I am doing is, because in case of an error, I will change the background to red. And now because that suppose previously some error is there, I don't want to display it in red background in the table name. So what I will do, I will make it white. So background I have changed it to white. Now let me just T1 config, now B2 config. Why I am doing this? Config B2 config is now state equal to normal. Why I am doing this? Because now I can execute the query window. So let me just write this comment also, query window, because now I let the user click the query, open the query window and work on it. So I allowed that one, because for that because initially it is disabled. Where it is? Here it is. State is disabled. So now I am making it normal. Now B2. Now T1 config. Now L1 underscore path. Sorry. L1 underscore path. What is this? L1 underscore path config. This is just displaying the path there only. Nothing. Now the text part equal to file. File is what? We have received this file particular when you have executed it. My connection, my output. Set fetch all, select. Here it is. File we have received from when you have executed the connection. So that I am just displaying it here. Hope you can understand up to this. Now there is a one more else part. If my connection, my output is okay. We are writing all this inside the if condition, assuming that. Now what happens if there is a error? That part we will write it parallel to that if of this else. So sorry. Now there is a error. That means my output equal to sorry, here I am outside, so my no, not my output I am not touching. I have to work on T1 because that display only config. Now I'll say background equal to red. Now I am just, it's an error, so I am giving the background red. If you want to give some other color, change it. Now background color for error message. You change it if you don't want it, you can rate it. Now what I am doing is B2 config. What I have to do now, here I am telling state equal to disable, because if there is a error here, then there is nothing to do in that case. So I have to disable it only, because this is the for query window. I mean B2 is our query window. Fine. So this B2 is disabled. Now everything if else everything is over. Now come to main one, T1 dot insert. Now TK dot end. Sorry, it should be END. Okay. Now my output. I am writing it outside all the if else conditions. So whatever it is, some output will be there. It can be error message or it can be. That's all, friends. So this code is particularly up to this is important. I'm just saving this. Let me just save this and run once. I don't know. So far fine. There is no error. So okay. Now I am just creating browse and connect. Now I have some tables in my mind underscore db dot here. I have some tables. What happened? Sorry, there is no query window is disabled. Something is wrong here. Okay, here is the mistake. I have missed E here. Select name from SQLite master. Okay, let's save this and run once. So yeah, here it is. Browse and connect. I'm just first listing out all the db, say my db. Here the tables are there. So here it is, everything has come up here, and here is the path I am displaying, that file whatever we received it, and just display the path only. So if now let's see the error part. I am just picking up something which is not a database. File is not a database, and was the same time this query window we had disabled because of this particular line here. Normal red disable, B2 config state disable. At line number 27 you can see that this particular line makes it disables this query window. Now same time let's just go for a new database. Here it is, I've created a lot of my db6. Now then it creates that. Now let's connect to my db6. So my db6. Yeah, no table found because we are not created. It's a new one. So that's all. These are the three things. Next we'll learn how a query window will develop, so we can work on the tables directly. but say we can select the records, we can delete the records, even where condition, drop the table, everything. Once a query window is there, lot of operations can be possible. So this particular connector will be helpful to you when you are working on some project, quickly want to see where is my table and what database is there, how many what tables are there, how many records are there, whether I have changed a record particular row, whether it is reflected or not. For this quick references, this can be used. So we'll learn it in this next part like that, so it will be easy for us. This entire source code you can download it, the link is there at the description, and if you have any question, doubts, suggestions, anything, please use the comment section below to post it. That will help us in further improving our script also. And request you, please subscribe to our channel and share it with your friends, and request them also to subscribe. And thank you for watching, and once again please subscribe to our channel.